Hello, my friends. Welsknight here. Welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. You may be wondering where I've been the last few days. I've been hiding. I have not yet been tagged. And I don't really want to be tagged. They can't tag me if they can't find me, and with this camouflage, they'll never find me. But right now, we are the only people. Oh no, Scar logged on. Well, Scar's not it. I think False is it right now. Also, are my sounds off? No, they're not. Okay. Anyway, so we have some things to do today. I've been hiding in a little hole, camouflaged, very sneaky. They'll never find me. But I have some things I want to do, and we need a rather absurd amount of wood in order to make this thing happen. And I actually don't have that many spruce saplings. So I'm going to grab, let's see. For this project that I want to do, I'm going to need about 2 full shulker boxes of wood. I'm going to need an absurd amount of iron. Thankfully, we have access to the Iron Titan. And honestly, we have access to all of this iron that was given to us initially, so we probably won't even have to go to the Iron Titan. And I'm going to need a bunch of powered rails and a bunch of other stuff as well, because today I want to build I want to build a Mega-Smelter, essentially. Right now we have kind of a little super smelter in here. It's a 16 furnace super smelter. And with the glass shop doing as well as the glass shop is doing, let's put our armor and stuff back on. With the glass shop doing as well as the glass shop is doing, I find myself using it all the time, and I'm spending a lot of time just basically waiting for stuff to smelt. So I think it's time to fix that. I'm going to make a super smelter that rivals Cubfan's over here. Cubfan has this massive smelter, which I am, a lot of people have asked, why don't I just use this? Cub does not want to give me permission to use this all the time. He was kind enough to let me use it for the very first kind of like initial giant smelting job when I made the glass shop, but he doesn't want to let me use it the entire season because he's already got himself, Scar, and Jevin all using this super smelter, and he's worried about it keeping stocked up on fuel, and then on top of that, if it breaks somehow, if something gets messed up, it's really a massive pain to fix. So to kind of eliminate some of the risk and also make it easier on the resource, the fuel for his super smelter, he said he's not comfortable letting other people use it, because then the other thing too is that if he lets me use it, then he has to let everybody use it, and then it just becomes this whole thing. And that's totally fine. I'm not that's like, he built it, I didn't. It's all good. So we're gonna make a massive smelter of our own. It's not gonna be this design, and it's not gonna be as fast as this one. However, it will be a lot more fuel efficient than this design. Cubfan's, I don't think it's actually Cubfan's design. I think he built it based off of someone else's design. I'm not entirely sure. But the design that Cubfan is using is really not very fuel efficient, because it basically uses one piece of fuel, whether that's kelp or coal or whatever. Oh, hi, Scar. Didn't even realize that he said hi. But anyway, it uses one piece of fuel per item smelted, which means it smelts really fast, but it also burns through fuel like crazy. What I'm going to build is essentially a modified version of the 16 furnace smelter that we have in the sugarcane factory. But it's going to be much, much, much larger. And instead of 16 furnaces, it's going to be, it's going to be 6 stacks of furnaces. So however many that is, I can't math in my head right now, but 6 stacks of furnaces in this super smelter. And that also means 3 hoppers for each furnace and all sorts of other stuff. It's a ton of resources. And also because of the number of hoppers, I think it's like 19 hoppers I need altogether. Excuse me. I think I also need like 19 hoppers, or 19 stacks of hoppers altogether, maybe 20 even. Because of all the hoppers involved, I don't think I want to build it on the main island. just because lag is a thing, and server performance has been a bit better lately, but 19 stacks of hoppers, that's like a lot of hoppers, and that could cause some pretty significant server issues. Plus, on top of that, you're going to have the mine carts and all sorts of other stuff. So I think we're going to build this off of the main island, and that way it's only loaded when I'm actually there doing stuff. So I'm going to pick out a place to do this. I'm going to collect an absurd amount of spruce, and I will meet up with you in just a little bit. In case you were ever wondering, the fastest way to get wood in Minecraft without having some sort of like withered powered automatic tree farm, you plant a whole bunch of spruce, a whole bunch of giant spruce trees in a line like this. So you plant 4 saplings, bone meal them, plant 4 saplings, bone meal them, plant 4 saplings, bone meal them until you have a giant line of spruce trees. And then from there, you fly up to the top and you just slowly work your way down until you've gotten through all of them. This is probably about 48 saplings, I think. So about 2/3 of a, or about 3/4 of a stack of saplings. And I don't know how much wood this will give us all together, but we're already up over 5 stacks, and I've barely even started chopping these down. I've only gotten through like the first couple of layers. And the first time, when you first start chopping these down, the first few layers are often going to be fairly uneven. You'll have some with, like, right here, for example, this spruce tree only goes up this tall. So you'll have a couple layers of that to kind of go through until you finally get to the point where you're just chopping nothing but wood. But, I mean, at this point, that thing goes all the way over there, and we're still probably a good, I don't know, 10 blocks up off the ground or so. So this will be a pretty fair amount of wood by the time we're done. But I've got a lot to do. I may also supplement the wood by buying some wood in the shopping district if I can, just to kind of speed this up, because I really hate chopping trees. And there we go. Just like that, in probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes, we've got all of these logs. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, almost 17 full stacks of logs. That's over half of a shulker box, just in like roughly, well, actually, yeah, about 10 minutes, a little bit over 10 minutes, because I started chopping the trees, and a minute or two into it, the sun went down and I had to sleep, and now it went out again. So that was roughly 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes to chop down all that, 17 stacks of logs. Not too bad. It's a good start. I'll probably have to do that again. Although, then again, if undercut wood, if Cub Fans shop, I mean, if Cub Fans shop is selling a bunch of wood, honestly, we just need most of this wood to make hoppers. So we don't really care what kind of wood it is. It can be birch, it can be acacia, it can be spruce. It makes zero difference whatsoever what kind of wood it is, because it's just going to get turned into chests. So maybe we will do that. I'm going to fly back to the shopping district. I'm basically due north of my my medieval starter house right now. And I think, actually, given that that's a nice plains area, I'm probably going to just build the smelter there as well. It's out of the way, but it's not too far. It's a little bit past Tango's mob farm and past the fantasy district. So it's not super, super far away, and it's relatively flat. There's nothing else going on over there. I think that'd be a good place to build it. But let's head to the shopping district real quick and just see if maybe we can just purchase some logs, because I'm lazy and don't want to spend an hour chopping down trees. Although it probably wouldn't even be that long. It would probably be like, I don't know, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, which isn't too bad, but still, if I can save myself a little bit of time by just buying the wood, I mean, I've got the diamonds for it right now, so why not? Let's see here. So I know Cub Fans Undercut Wood Shop was here, but they moved it. Also, by the way, Hermitcraft Livestream Day happened between the last episode and this one, and the shopping district got overhauled in a big way. Like, there's a little courtyard here now. There's all sorts of stuff. I did stream during that. I spent most of it working on the roads in the modern district. So check this out. This is looking pretty good, I think. We're gonna need more. We'll need more roads, but I think this will be really good once it's all done. And the modern district is gonna extend all the way over here as well. And I think it actually extends over this way. I think this is all technically modern district too. But anyway, let's swing back over. I am fresh out of rockets. Where is the new undercut woods? This is where I can buy a donkey boat, which I don't want. What do I need a donkey boat for? People have been spamming in my comments, hashtag donkey boat. What do I need a donkey boat for? I got an Elytra. Come on now. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't need a donkey boat. Anyway, somewhere around here is Cub Fans Undercut Woods, where they moved it to, but I'm not exactly sure where. Well, guys, I am back. I've been looking around the shopping district for quite a while, and Joe, it is day now. I am saved. I slept. Anyway, I've been looking around the shopping district for a while, and I cannot find undercut logs, so maybe they just closed it entirely, or maybe they moved it and I can't find it. But while I'm over here, I want to go highlight something else. This was built by Exuma recently, and this is where we go to take care of gems. If we want to get player heads, you come in here, and you go down here, and you can turn in your gems for blank player heads, and then you can trade the blank player heads to this hermit heads guy and get a variety of different hermit heads. Who's this? Oh, TFC. I was like, I saw a Steve head. Scar, Zedaf, etc., etc. And there's even some people who are no longer active, no longer part of the group, like Corrales. Who else is in here? Hypno, Vintage Beef, B-Dubs, Tango. Is that Grian? Yeah, that's Grian. I mean, there's a whole list. Actually, it looks like Corrales, B-Dubs, and Beef. I think I saw Etho in here somewhere as well. But anyway, player heads are available. So that's a new thing, and I gotta say, the build itself looks amazing. The statue of Hermity, the statue of Hermitcraft. I love the villager, villager head. It's fantastic. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna head back to where I was, and I'm just gonna chop the logs myself, because I could buy logs from Rendog's shop, but for the number of logs that I would need, I would basically go bankrupt, because I need about another shulker box and a half, and that would take about a stack and a half of diamonds, give or take. So, I mean, that would leave me with 39 diamonds to my name, and a stack and a half of diamonds in an hour. I mean, realistically, I probably have like 30 minutes of wood chopping left. That's like 3 stacks of diamonds an hour for the wood, and like, yeah, there's the convenience aspect of it, but it's just a little more than I'm willing to pay. So we will head back and we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'll just go chop the logs myself. I am going to need a huge amount of powered rails as well, though, and I don't know how much gold I have. Actually, I think the beacon that Tango gave me, or the one that I won while finding bits, yeah, I've actually got a ton of gold. So we should be good there to make all the powered rails and stuff as well. So I'm going to finish chopping down the trees. I'm going to gather all the necessary resources and stuff that I need to gather, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I've finished gathering all the resources that we need. This is where we were chopping down all the spruce trees, and I've been looking around this area over here, and I think the best spot to build the furnace smeltery thing is going to be like right in this area. It's relatively flat. It's not super flat, but it's relatively flat enough. And it's wide enough, and we need to make this is going to be a very long build going east to west. It's going to be like roughly 80 blocks or so long, east to west, maybe even a little bigger than that once we decorate everything. So I think this is where we're going to be kind of building this. So first things first, I want to kind of take this little bit here, and I want to get rid of this, and then I think this will be the highest elevation. So we're going to have a 9-wide walkway, and then it will extend out quite a bit in each direction. that's essentially the plan here. I'll have to do a little bit of terraforming and all that kind of stuff, but that's fine. The big thing is just kind of getting these sections down in the right spot. And we may want to bring this out this way and get rid of that first one or whatever. We can play around with it as we go, but let's start here with this middle, with one of these middle sections. And let's do one of these designs together. And let's take a chest. And if we want to say our floor level is here, right? This will be the level that you actually walk in, or maybe we'll even end up raising that up one more, but let's say for now, this is our floor level. We want a chest right in the middle, like so. And we're gonna wanna do that for each section. Ooh, sun is going down. Let's grab a bed. Sleep, please, soon. Yeah, I don't want to be caught out here with all sorts of nastiness. And let's grab a number of hoppers. How many hoppers do I have? That's 6 stacks. That's a decent start. I will need a total of 7 stacks of hoppers. I will also need a stack of furnaces and a billion logs, but we'll get to that. Okay, so anyway, we'll build this like right here, right? And then we'll go here, and we're gonna run a hopper into each side of the chest, so there'll be 2 separate hopper lines. And then we'll go probably 1, 2, like so, and will that be enough? One, two, I think we'll go, this will be the first level right here that will actually have a furnace underneath. So we're gonna have like, including this hopper that goes into the chest, 1, 2, 3, and then it will go up. Except actually it'll go out first. Where'd the other hopper go? Did it not go in here? Did it go back into my inventory? Did I just lose a hopper? I hope not. I feel like I just lost. Why were you? Oh, because it was in the ground. Okay. It's like, wait, why did this not go out? I see. All right. So actually we're going to go out like so, I think. And then this will be the first one that actually has a furnace on it. So then from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 29, 30, 31, 32. So we have here space for 32 furnaces. This is 32 blocks long. I did some testing, and essentially 32 blocks is about as long as you can get before you are essentially wasting space, because it takes long enough for a minecart to go down and back that if you have about 32 furnaces, the minecart will just barely make its way back to the first furnace before the first smelting operation is done. So basically, you fire the minecart, we'll start smelting everything. Right as this furnace is finishing up, with 32 furnaces, the minecart will make its way back just in time to drop this off another item, so we don't have any furnaces that are idle at any point. So that's good. And we've got our furnaces here. So now we get to do basically the same thing. So now we need to put a furnace on top of... Oh, you have to be shifting. Okay. Yeah, so we need to put the furnaces on top of all of these. Let me get that done. And then we need to put hoppers into the back of all of these and on top of all of these. Going like so. Okay, there we go. So there's all of that. And basically, that should be good. I'm just looking at these hoppers here. Nothing should interfere. It appears everything is facing the proper way. I don't see any hoppers that are turned incorrectly. I think we're good. Okay, so those have all been placed down properly, as far as I can tell, anyway. So now, we will put a full block on top of each of these, and we'll go boop, boop. I'm gonna bring this outer bit up to, like, that tall, give or take. That seems about right. And then we'll go here as well. And this is where the first rail is gonna go. And then we'll go like this. We can put another block here just to basically block off those hoppers and make them a little bit less laggy, but I'm not overly worried about that just because, like, as I said, we're building this far away, so it's only going to be loaded when it's actually in use, and therefore it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm going to get rid of these right here, and we'll put stairs instead, because there'll be a block over top of this once we ultimately design that bit. But here is the reason that it's really important, that if you decide to build this, you build it going east to west, because rails in this game are weird, and sometimes they are a little strange to work with, and if you don't build things in a certain way, they don't like you very much. So, allow me to demonstrate. If we put this back, we've got some levers now. I'll grab some stone bricks. Let's say, for example, I want 2 lines of powered rails going like this, right? Nice and simple. Or, for a better example, let's say I want 2 lines of powered rails running like this at different elevations. East to west, no problem. But if I want to do it north to south, it does this. And it is possible to work around it for the, like, sometimes, but it's just a massive pain. So we made sure we oriented this properly, and that way all we need to do is go turny rail. We go like so. And then the rest of this is basically all powered rails, going all the way down either side, like this. And then when we get here to the end, we're gonna bring these out 2 more and add like a stop block, I guess you would say. A block for the minecarts to run into. It'll go like that. Now here, because we've oriented this build east to west primarily, right? Running this way, it's much easier to put all of these rails back in place and not have to worry so much. Oh, out of powered rails. About a lot of this other stuff. So there we go. That is basically how one long section of this will look. I can't sleep yet, but I'll be able to in just a second. In the meantime, we can start working on some of this part. So here, we're going to keep it real simple as well. We'll go boop, boop. Just like that. And there we go. We have 2 minecarts that are going to run properly. All right, I have finished it all. We've got all the rails in place. I've double-checked all the furnaces and hoppers to make sure there's nothing stuck in them. And everything is good. So now, if we grab... Do I not have... Ah, there it is. If we grab some iron, and we grab some of these chests, we can make 4 minecarts and turn those into 4 chest minecarts, like so. And then we can put those 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And now we can pull one of these levers. You'll see the carts will go flying off. They'll work their way down, and they will return. And then when the user flips this lever to turn it back off, they'll just stop right here until they're loaded up with stuff again. Same goes for the other side. It's the same exact principle we used for our 16 furnace smelter that's in the sugarcane factory. So this thing should basically be functional now as a 64 furnace version of that. I want to design the front of it a little bit. I want to do a little bit of kind of decorative stuff here. So let's just make some more stone brick stairs. And what I'm thinking is like stairs here and here. Probably go up like so. In fact, I'm thinking we'll probably go up to here and throw in an upside down stair. So this will be kind of like your front interface, I guess you would almost call it. Kind of coming around like that. We're going to have a stair. This will be an upside down stair because we need access to that chest. We also need to sleep because it's getting late. And we don't want to be caught out here by mobs and stuff, so there we go. That'll give you easy access to this chest where stuff will ultimately go. And then finally, we'll just bring that up to this same level with everything else. And I think what we're probably going to have to do here because of these mine carts is actually go like that. And then these will be like so. And then we can cover, I think we can cover all that up. Let's just pop over here real quick and look. If I put a block here, yeah, this will not interfere with the minecarts. And ultimately, these, we'll probably end up changing some of these blocks into different blocks to make it look better, so it's not all just like stone brick and stuff. But this gives you kind of an idea of what you will see. And these pillars will also probably be marked a little bit more. Maybe they'll come out like this, just to kind of signify this is one section, and these two minecart pairs, if you will, go to this one chest. Because this is completely tileable. Like, this whole thing fits within this 7-block area between these two pillars. So I'm going to make 6 of these all together. So that's going to be 6 stacks of furnaces. But you can make this as crazy as you want. If you want to do 64 sections of 64 furnaces, you totally could. Although I don't know if actually you'd be able to from a loaded chunk. I don't know if you'd be able to load that many chunks. I think you would. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this is one section, basically. And now we need to do this 6 more times. So once here, once here, once here, once here, and there's supposed to be another one, like, right about here. Right here. I don't know how that one got deleted, but it did somehow. But I've undeleted it now, so we're good. But anyway, yeah, I've got to do this a whole bunch more times. Let me get to it. All right, guys, I am back, and the worst of it is done. I've got all of the furnaces and all of the hoppers in place, and that is by far the grindiest part. Well, other than gathering the necessary resources, of course. But that is definitely the grindiest part of the building, because the hoppers, you have to hold shift while you're placing them all, otherwise you'll open up the furnace or the hopper that you're placing them against. And then on top of that, they have to be placed very precisely, because if you mess one up, then it doesn't work very well. So that's done. All of these are finished, and look at how amazingly large and impressive this thing looks. I'm loving it. This thing looks like some kind of, like, I don't know. It's very industrial. We're definitely going to make this into a factory building of some sort once it's all done. But the next step for me is I need to get all of the rails in place. Still a little bit grindy, but not nearly as bad because you don't have to worry about placing them in the right spot. You just have to put them down on the right block. So that shouldn't take me too long. I did also get kind of all of the front little facades or covers or whatever you want to call them. I got most of these in place as well, just mostly to help me kind of space everything out properly. You can see how many times I've slept during this if you want to calculate exactly how long all of that took. But anyway, let's go ahead and start getting some of those in. I do have, I don't have any regular rails on me. I should probably grab those. There we go. So I'm going to start getting these guys in place. And once that's done, I think this thing will be fully functional. All right, guys, all of the rails are in place and activated. This thing should now be completely and totally functional. 6 stacks of furnaces, basically just as fuel efficient as my previous design. So it is possible for you to lose fuel on it, but you'll never lose more than 1 additional extra piece per furnace. Because it will continue to evenly distribute the fuel and the smeltable materials to each furnace. So everything is distributed evenly. Let's put it that way. So yeah, this is great. It's done. I mean, we still need to decorate it. We still need to make it look better, but I think that is going to be something for a different episode because I'm out of time for this one. I know it's been quite a while since a Hermitcraft episode has come out, and if I'm being honest, it's getting to be about that time where False might be waking up, so I need to return to my hiding. Can't get tagged. Really. Promise it has nothing to do with the fact that I've been sick, and also streaming Stardew Valley. I'm just hiding from the tag. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.